Okay, so you picked out a random page in the Bible, which was 1 Samuel. It started here at 18. It says Saul's jealousy of David. So remember, Saul was the king, and he was jealous of David, right?
Yeah, because he was like really popular.
Yeah, he was a good guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And God told him that he was going to be a king one day.
And he was not, because there's already a king.
Yeah. David and Jonathan. That's when he would talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? I wrote a modern day story. A futuristic story. All right, you ready? You ready to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the name of the story is called The Streets Were Watching. The year was 2028. And Philly had become a city where dreams either flew or crashed. Tesla flying cars hovered over Broad Street, their chrome wings slicing through the air. Cybertrucks rumbled below, while McLarens, Porsche Spiders...
I got a McLaren.
You do?
And a Porsche Spider.
Let me see.
And I also got a Porsche minivan truck and the new 2025 McLaren.
You got all the cool cars, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Cybertrucks rumbled below, while McLarens, Porsche Spiders, and Mazda RX-7s.
I got a Mazda RX-7.
You do?
Yeah, I got a Mazda RX-7 and a Mazda RX-8.
Okay. Cool.
And an older Mazda RX-7.
That's nice. And Mazda RX-7s hugged the concrete, glowing under neon streetlights. The city had changed, but the hustle stayed the same. You know what hustle is?
Mm-mm.
You want to take a guess?
Wait, we like work really hard.
When you work really hard, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the time when you worked really hard?
Yeah, if you got the Italian market.
What was we doing at the Italian market?
Selling bags.
Shopping bags?
Mm-hmm.
And what else?
I don't know.
We were selling my paintings. We were selling your paintings. We were selling.
Oh, and this is a little secret from me. I sold more original paintings than my mom.
You sold more original paintings than I did. You did. But that's hustling. We was out there hustling, baby. So even though the year was 2028 and a lot of stuff changed, the hustle stayed the same. That means people were still out there hustling, right?
Yep.
So at the top of the city's car empire was Saul Santiago, the ruthless CEO of Santiago Auto Empire, the king of everything luxury that moved. If you wanted it, he sold it. From flying Teslas to bulletproof Bugattis. His son Jonathan Santiago was born into all of it. The cars, the money, the influence. If it had wheels, wings, or both, Jonathan had it. Jonathan had everything. But there was someone else moving through Philly streets. And his name was David. David wasn't born with money, but he was born with something Saul couldn't buy, which was vision. Wherever David went, he carried a hand-painted duffel bag, scuffed from years of use, covered in his own artwork, swirls of color, written prayers, and personal mantras he painted by hand. Inside the duffel bag was his collection of exotic Hot Wheel cars, but they weren't ordinary cars. Each car was painted like a masterpiece. Flames, written scripture, portrait of angels, even murals of the Philadelphia skyline. They were his treasures, proof that beauty could fit into the palm of your hand. But the cars weren't the only thing he carried. Tucked next to the cars was a small set of paints, his sketchbook, and his professional camera. The same camera he used to take pictures of the rarest cars he saw in the streets. Every photo, every design became part of his online gallery, a website he built all on his own. David was a creative genius, smart enough to code his own website, design his own merch, and build a small but loyal following of car lovers, artists, and dreamers just like him. That's how Jonathan found him. The first time Jonathan saw David was sitting on the front steps of an old church, paint on his hands, humming to himself, working on a tiny McLaren Hot Wheel car. He was turning it into a work of art. But it was a song David was singing that caught Jonathan off guard. You know what song he was singing? He saw the best in me when everyone else around could only see the worst in me. It was Marvin Sapp.